Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Let's get this party started. It's not really a party, it's boring news. Alright, but here we go. Some people may not have the Alexa. Hey, Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's the latest from your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Windsor Johnston. Hurricane Idalia is expected to make landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast tomorrow. NPR's Debbie Elliott reports the storm is rapidly intensifying as it moves across the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico.
Hurricane Idalia is on a track to hit Florida's Big Bend region tomorrow as what forecasters say will be an extremely dangerous major hurricane.
Cabo got
storm
tore up.
surge that could reach 12 feet. Governor Ron DeSantis says residents should flee from that danger.
That would be life-threatening storm surge.
Sabos.
You know, all those areas are under evacuation notices in the low-lying and coastal areas. You run from the water and you hide from the wind. If you're there in that storm surge, you're putting your life in jeopardy.
This storm is a threat from the Florida Panhandle to the Tampa Bay region. Debbie Elliott, NPR News.
The Biden administration has released a list of medications that will be subject to the first ever price negotiations by Medicare. The list includes 10 prescriptions, including blood thinners, Eliquis, and Xarelto. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar has been a leading advocate for reining in the cost of prescription drugs.
Finally, after toiling away on this bill forever, two big game changers. One, the United States Joe
Hey,
Biden
leave the
led
cat
way in
alone,
demanding
dummy.
that this be changed. Number two, AARP and other senior groups finally took them on the airwaves with ads, because over 80% of the people are with us. These are drugs like Xarelto and Eliquis, blood thinners, that help with heart disease.
The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is expected to publish the maximum prices for the drugs by September of next year. Sudan's military leader is visiting Egypt. NPR's Aya Batrawi reports it's his first trip abroad since war erupted 4 months ago in the heavily populated African nation.
General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan's visit to neighboring Egypt comes a day after he delivered a fiery speech to his soldiers, describing the paramilitary rapid support forces as mercenaries and vowing to defeat their rebellion. The conflict in Sudan stems from a power dispute over how to integrate the RSF's militia fighters under the authority of Sudan's military. Burhan's meeting with Egypt's president appears aimed at consolidating support for
I really
Sudan's
like the
military
peach blossom,
after
but
U.S.
it's
and
fall.
Saudi-backed mediation efforts stalled in June.
Yeah, we got sweet
Egypt
pumpkin.
views instability in Sudan from
Hand
militia
wash.
groups as a threat to its own national security.
It's alright.
The fighting since mid-April has displaced millions.
The fighting
and
there,
created a humanitarian
not alright.
emergency. Aya Batrawi, NPR News, Dubai.
Stocks are trading higher on Wall Street at this hour. The Dow is up 85 points. This is NPR News in Washington. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram says it's disrupted a sweeping online influence operation linked to Chinese law enforcement. NPR Shannon Bond reports Meta says the campaign involves the use of fake accounts across 50-plus websites to spread pro-China messages and attack Beijing's critics.
Meta says the pro-China campaign is part of the largest covert influence operation it's ever come across. The fake accounts are on Facebook and Instagram, as well as TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and many smaller platforms and online forums. They post articles supporting China, denigrating American and European foreign policy, and repeating identical, purportedly personal comments that appear to be copied and pasted from a list. Meta says it removed more than 8,000 accounts, pages, and groups with a collective following of more than 500,000 accounts. The company says many of those followers were themselves fake accounts, and that few real people interacted with the content. Shannon Bond, NPR News.
Wow.
Emergency crews are working to contain a
So if you don't
series
have
of
people
wildfires
interacting with
in
you, they just want
Louisiana.
to shut you down.
The Tiger Island fire burning in
Say it was
Beauregard
some kind of
Parish is the
conspiracy.
largest wildfire in the state's history. The blaze doubled in size over the weekend. Some parishes in the state remain under evacuation orders. Officials say wildfires are currently burning in more than a dozen states, mostly in the western U.S. Stocks continue to trade higher on Wall Street at this
Good
hour.
thing I
The
got
Dow
those
up
two
82
people
points.
there.
The Nasdaq Composite up 161. This is NPR News in Washington.
This message comes from NPR sponsor UKG. HR, payroll, and workforce management solutions from UKG are designed with people in mind. So a fairy tale workplace
People?
is just a flick of the wrist away. Magic wand not required. UKG,
What the
our
heck?
purpose.
People in mind, but you're talking about fairy tales
NASA
and magic
News.
wand.
La NASA ha
Sound to me
lanzado
like
un
you got
nuevo sitio web en español para invitar al
some
público a
fantasy in
enviar
mind.
sus nombres a bordo de Europa Clipper, una misión que iniciará su viaje a la luna de Júpiter Europa en octubre de 2024. Este nuevo sitio web forma parte de una campaña de la agencia llamada Mensaje en una botella, mediante la cual un poema original dedicado a Europa. An international crew of 4 representing 4 countries is in orbit following a successful launch to the International Space Station at 3:27 a.m. EDT Saturday, August 26, from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The agency's SpaceX Crew
John
7
F.
mission is the 7th commercial crew rotation mission for NASA. Education and community organizations can apply to receive a
And now
leading
Robert
piece of
is.
spaceflight history to promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Seedling grown from a tree seed that flew around the moon on the NASA's Artemis I mission in late 2022. On Thursday, NASA released the first data maps from its new instrument launched to space earlier this year, which now is successfully transmitting information about major air pollutants over North America. NASA will
what,
provide
in that
with
100
launch
square
and docking
miles?
coverage of the Roscosmos Progress 85 cargo spacecraft carrying about 3 tons of food, fuel, and supplies for
Monitor
the
100
Expedition
square
69 crew aboard the International Space Station.
Of U.S.
In weather,
pollution.
in
We're
Seattle,
going to put it in the
it's 60
cleanest parts
degrees
of the
Fahrenheit
areas when
with
we
cloudy
want you
skies.
to think
Today,
everything's
picking
okay.
up for showers,
And we're going to
with
put
a
it in
high
the
of
dirtiest
65
areas when we
degrees
want
and a
you to
low
be
of
more
59
about
degrees.
climate change.
From NASA. La NASA ha
You're
lanzado
welcome.
un nuevo sitio web en español para invitar al público a enviar sus nombres a bordo de Europa Clipper, una misión que iniciará su viaje a la luna de Júpiter Europa en octubre de 2024. Este nuevo sitio web forma parte de una campaña de la agencia llamada Mensaje en una botella,
Adios,
mediante la
Amazon.
cual un poema
Off. Benito. Amazon. Tell us a joke.
Why was the coffee pot an Instagram star? Because he was a pro with filters.
Pro with filters? That'll make him a star? Come on. Well, filter star, I guess. Alright. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy Tuesday.